Hello friends, I welcome you all for the lecture series of microwave and radar engineering. So, we have started first chapter and this is the last point of this chapter, that is teeth. Okay, TEE stands for teeth. So, there are basically three types of teeth, which is nothing but the types of waveguide, one of the types of waveguide, okay, which is used to guide these microwaves from one point to another point, or let's say from source to the load. So we are discussing now in this session the three types of T's. That is, first one is the H plane T, the second one is the E plane T, and the last is the magic T, that is E H plane T, okay, which is the combination of E plane T and H plane T, which is nothing but magic T. So let's discuss the one of the most important point of this chapter, and there is always 7 to 8 marks question on the E plane T or H plane T, okay. And please remember, just I am introducing you these T's, okay, its basic construction and its working, but there is a derivation for scattering matrix, okay, for each device in the microwave, like E plane T, H plane T, okay, or magic T. There is a scattering matrix you have to derive in the examination, okay. There is a 3 by 3 or 4 into 4 matrix for these T's, okay. So along with that, there is a scattering matrix for bidirectional couplers and isolators are also, but you should prepare for T's, okay. So just I want to tell you that please remember, in the examination if there is a question asked on the E plane T or H plane T, so you have to write this description, you have to draw its diagram, its working, and along with that you have to derive all the derivation of scattering matrix, okay. Till the last matrix will come, you have to find out the scattering coefficients, okay, you have to find out scattering coefficients. So this thing I am not explaining here, just I want to introduce these three types of T's, okay. So please be prepared along with this the derivation of scattering matrix. So let's discuss the first type of T, that is H plane T. So basically there is a 3-port device in this T, okay. This type of waveguide has 3-port device. This is port 1, port 2 and port 3. So H plane T shows that there is a total 3 ports. There is a collinear arms, okay, this one and this one is the collinear arm, and this is the side arm. So as we can see, for H plane T there is a 3 ports, so its scattering matrix become 3 into 3, okay, that means 3 rows and 3 columns, and you have to find out its scattering coefficients. So please be prepared for this type of thing, that is scattering matrix. So let's discuss the first one is the H plane T. So an H plane T junction is formed by attaching a simple waveguide to a rectangular waveguide which already has 2 ports, okay. So just we have attached this side arm, okay, we have attached this side arm simple waveguide to a rectangular waveguide. So this is rectangular waveguide and which has a 2 ports, okay, the port 1 and port 2. So in this way the H plane T can be formed by just attaching the simple waveguide to the rectangular waveguide having the 2 ports. So ultimately there will be total 3 ports in the H plane T. Next, the arm of the rectangular waveguides makes 2 ports called collinear ports, okay. So these 2 ports are the collinear ports, port 1 and port 2, while the new one, that is port number 3, is called as side arm, okay, side arm, or it is also called as H arm, okay. So these are the collinear ports, port 1 and port 2, okay. Collinear means there will be no phase shift in the signal, okay. Collinear means there will be no phase shift in the signal. The signal which is traveling from port 1 will come out from the port 2, okay, which are in the same phase, okay. Collinear means the signal from port 1 to port 2 will be in the same phase, there will be no phase shift in this signal. So that means these ports are collinear ports, and the port which we have attached to this rectangular waveguide, so this is the side arm or port number 3, and which is also called as H arm. So this H plane T is called as shunt T. Okay, this is another name for the H plane T, which is shunt T. So as the axis of side arm is parallel to the magnetic field, this junction is called as H plane T junction. Okay, so it shows that the axis of side arm, okay, the axis of side arm is parallel to the magnetic field, so this junction is called as H plane T junction. So this is called as current junction. So the another name of this junction is for current junction, as the magnetic field divides itself into arms. The cross sectional details of H plane T can be understood by following figure. So this is very simple figure of the H plane T. Basically there are total 3 ports. Port number 1 and port number 2 are the collinear ports. That means the signal which is coming from the port 1, okay, or we can say this signal incident at the port 1 and signal coming out from the port 2 will be in the same phase. Okay, there will be no phase shift in this signal. Again, it can be formed by using or by attaching side arm to this rectangular waveguide. Rectangular means it has a cross section of rectangle. This type of T is also called as shunt T. Okay, and this side arm is also called as H arm. Okay, this T is the shunt T and this arm is the H arm. Along with that, the axis of side arm is parallel to the magnetic field. So this junction is called as H plane T junction. Okay, this junction is called as H plane T junction, and which is also called as current junction. Okay, which is also called as current junction. So this is basic figure of this H plane T. So please remember, the scattering matrix of the H plane T will be 3 by 3. Okay, there will be 3 rows and 3 columns in the matrix, and you have to find out all the values of the scattering coefficients. Okay, scattering coefficient means the coefficients in the scattering matrix. So this is very simple one of the first one, which is the H plane T. Now discuss the second one, that is E plane T. So as similar to H plane T, there are also 3 ports in the E plane T: port 1, port 2 and port 3. So let's discuss how this waveguide functions. So an E plane T junction is formed by attaching a simple waveguide to a broader dimension of rectangular waveguide. Okay, now we are attaching, this is simple waveguide, to the broader dimension of rectangular waveguide. So this is a broader dimension, okay, wide dimension of this waveguide. Earlier we have taken this dimension for the H plane T, okay, and we were attaching this side arm to this side in the H plane T towards the narrower dimension of this waveguide. But in the case of E plane T, we are attaching this side arm to the broader dimension. Okay, this is upper dimension is broader dimension of the rectangular waveguide. So this type of junction is formed by attaching simple waveguide to the broader dimension of rectangular waveguide, which already has 2 ports. Okay, so this is rectangular waveguide and which already has 2 ports, port number 1 and port number 2. The arms of rectangular waveguides makes 2 port called collinear port, that is port 1 and port 2, while the new one, port 3, is called as side arm or E arm. Okay, so this is the E arm, or we can say side arm. So in the case of H plane T, it was the H arm and which is connected in this manner. But in the case of E plane T, there is a side arm. Okay, this is the side arm and which is also called as E arm and which is joined to the broader dimension of rectangular waveguide. So again, this E plane T is called as series T. Okay, this E plane T is called as series T. H plane T was the shunt T, and E plane T is the series T. As the axis of side arm is parallel to the electric field, okay, as the axis of side arm is the parallel to the electric field, this junction is called as E plane T junction. So this is the axis of side arm and which is parallel to the electric field, okay. So this junction is called as E plane T junction, okay. Again it can be also called as voltage or series junction, okay. So this type of junction is also called as voltage junction or series junction. The ports 1 and port 2 are 180-degree out of phase with each other. So this is very important point of this E plane T, that is these ports, okay, ports of this rectangular T, port 1 and port 2 are 180-degree out of phase, okay. That means the signal incident and the port 1 will be out of phase, which is taken out from the port number 2, okay. So there is a phase shift of 180-degree between these two signals. So the cross sectional view of this E plane T is given in this figure. So just distinguish it with the H plane T. So in the case of H plane T, there was also 3 ports, okay, and which was obtained by joining simple waveguide to the narrower dimension of the rectangular waveguide. But in the case of E plane T, there is a 3-port device and which is also obtained by just attaching simple waveguide to broader dimension of rectangular waveguide. So again in the H plane T, which is also called as shunt T, and E plane T is called as series T. Again the arm which is joined to the rectangular waveguide in the E plane T is called as side arm or E arm, and in the case of H plane T there was a H arm. The basic difference between these two is the port number 1 and 2 are out of 180-degree out of phase with each other in the case of E plane T, but in the case of H plane T these ports are collinear ports. So these are the some basic difference between the H plane T and E plane T. I think you have got these simple types of T's. The next thing will be, the last is the magic T, or it is also called as EH plane T. So by just observing this figure, we can easily determine how this type of waveguide can be formed, or we can say how this type of T can be formed. It is formed by just attaching 2 T's, that is H plane T and E plane T, okay. It is a combination of these 2 types of T's, so it is called as hybrid T, okay. It is called as hybrid T. So an EH plane T junction is formed by attaching 2 simple waveguides, okay. It is formed by attaching 2 simple waveguides, one parallel and the other in series, to a rectangular waveguide which already has 2 ports, okay. So in this T also we are attaching this side arm which is nothing but the H arm, okay, and this side arm which is nothing but the E arm to this rectangular T, okay. This is the rectangular T, okay, or we can say rectangular waveguide, okay. So just we are attaching this side arm of H arm and this side arm of the E arm to this rectangular waveguide which has the 2 ports. So ultimately for magic T there will be 4 ports, port number 1, 2, 3 and 4, and which is the combination of E plane T and H plane T. So this is why it is called as hybrid T, and there will be another name for this, that is magic T or 3 dB coupler, okay. So these are the some other names of this EH plane T, that is magic T, hybrid T or 3 dB coupler. So the arms of rectangular waveguides make 2 ports called collinear ports, that is port number 1 and port number 2, while the port number 3 is called H arm or sum port or parallel port, while port number 4 is called as E arm, which is difference port or series port. So please remember, the port number 3 is also called as sum port, okay, which is called sum port or parallel port. And the port number 4, this is port number 4, it's called as EARM or difference port and series ports, okay. So total there are 4 to 5 names of each port. That is, port number 1, port number 2 are the collinear port. Port number 3 is the sum port or parallel port. Port number 4 is the difference port or series port. So this is basic diagram of this magic T. And for the scattering matrix of the magic T, the matrix becomes 4 into 4, okay. That means 4 rows and 4 columns. And likewise, we have to find out all the scattering coefficients in the matrix. So in this way, we have studied the simple types of T's, okay. It was very simple. That is E plane T, H plane T and magic T. Again, I want to repeat this thing, that is, you have to solve or you have to write the derivation of scattering matrix of each type of T, okay. Please remember this point. Instead of if this type of question is asked in the examination, so you have to write the description, the diagram, and along with that you have to write derivation of the scattering matrix, okay. So please be prepared on your own how to find this scattering matrix. There is a small derivation, mathematical derivation of that. So please be prepared on your own. So that's it for the today. That is a types of T's. So in the next session we will start the new chapter, okay. So this is all for the first chapter. Thank you very much.